Hello everyone, and welcome back to Berks One-on-One. For today's episode, I got to visit the Fabric Mart located on Penn Avenue in Sinking Spring. I got to speak to Julie, one of the co-owners of the Fabric Mart, as well as several of the employees to talk about what makes this such a one-of-a-kind locale.
Hi, my name is Julie Brown. I'm one of the co-owners at Fabric Mart, and I have been working here since 2008. So Fabric Mart has been in business for 48 years, and it was started by Robert Richin. He is the founder of Fabric Mart. He had started just out of college and started because his father had a garment manufacturing business in Lancaster and would go to New York and pick out the leftover fabrics from the garment industry and would bring them back to the Lancaster area and would sell them to the consumer, to like a home sewer, at really good prices. So after Robert started the business with selling the excess fabric in his stores, later on he brought a business partner. His name was Doug Domashek, and he brought him on to help with kind of managing the business and finances and things. And he stayed on through the 2010s or so. And then at that point, his daughter Lisa came on, and she is my business partner. So there are two of us that run the business today and own it. So we are a women-owned small business. So in 2008 is when I graduated college, and I needed a job, basically. And I went to school for teaching, but I didn't get a teaching job. And just so happened that Fabric Mart was hiring. So I started in the warehouse packing boxes and shipping wholesale orders, and kind of learned all of the other parts of the business as I went on. And here I am today. And as I mentioned, I'm one of the co-owners, and I also buy the fabric for our website and for our store, as well as run a swatch club called Julie's Pick Swatch Club. So the Julie's Pick Swatch Club is kind of what it used to be before website, I guess. But I pick 30 different fabric swatches a month, and sometimes they kind of color coordinate, or they might make like a nice little capsule collection in your sewing projects. And you get those 30 swatches in the mail every month, and then you can order off of the mailer, what you want, and then we would send it right to you. So back in 2000, I think it was, or somewhere around there, Sue, one of the owner's wives, she was the one that started our website. So our website has been around for a very, very long time, and it has gone through evolutions. We've redesigned it and replatformed, and about a year ago is when we replatformed to Shopify, and that was, so we had a third-party person help us with that, but we were very involved in the process. So and today we manage it and change the banners and add the fabrics and everything. So it's pretty much in our hands now. But if we need anything really technical done, then we go to our third-party person.
I'm Kayla. I do a little bit of everything. I split my time kind of between being up here, describing fabric, taking pictures, editing, filling everything in. And then I also spend time downstairs cutting, answering phones, ordering like notions and things, helping out in the store wherever I'm needed, is kind of what I've been doing. We get a sheet which usually has some basic information, content, what type of fabric it is. So like I'm doing 100% silk crepe de chines today. These are New York designer. And so I will take photos of them, throw them into Photoshop, do some editing, color correcting. And then we give them color names. So we'll pick out like specific, the blue or the gray, put those on, name the pattern. We'll do things like we'll get the repeat for the pattern. We'll put that information on there. And then we do some basic descriptions for fabric, usually how it hangs, what the feel is for it, how or opaque or sheer it is. That gets put on there. Then they get priced and uploaded pretty much. I'm actually one of our bloggers here, one of the Fabricistas. So I started sewing. I was one of the people who picked up a sewing machine in the middle of the pandemic and made one very bad shirt and one very bad dress. I moved out here from New York in 2021, and I walked in because it was, oh, local fabric store, cool, let me go see what they have. And I've been here ever since. It's been good. It's been varied. I started a couple of years ago down in the retail store, was down there for about a year before coming up here, and then I did this for a while, and now I'm split between that and doing stuff downstairs. So it's always a little bit different, which is nice, depending on the day, how many orders we have, if there's a truck coming in that they need help with. Each day is a little bit different, which is nice.
Hello, my name is Isabel Garcia. I've been working at the Fabric Mart for over 3 years. I organize the fabrics in the middle. I make sure the store's tidy. I also make bundles. So with the fabrics that we have left over on the bolt, with these remnant pieces, I'll bundle them together. And these are, if someone orders a mystery bundle, it's a assortment of 10 random fabric, or 10 yards of random assorted fabrics. I try to make it a variety of fabrics, so that way, no matter what, they'll always be able to make something out of it. Well, working here is a bit dangerous because it's easy to file off fabric. We have so many things that come in all the time, and it's so easy to find cute fabrics that it's very easy to get tempted.
So we're buying all of the leftover fabric from the garment industry. We buy, if they buy 1,000 yards to make a garment and they have 100 yards left over, we buy what's left over. So another word for that is dead stock, which is kind of a trendy word right now. And then we resell that fabric, and we get that from places like New York or LA. We also get overseas sometimes, and also locally, there are some manufacturers around here that we've gotten fabric from, and some as close as over in Reinhold's. For shipping, as far as fabric coming in, it comes on big tractor trailers. And then when we're shipping fabric out to our customers that are buying online, we actually use recycled boxes that we bring in from a company locally, and they're all clean recycled boxes. And we ship those out to the customers, and we use the regular shipping carriers like the post office and UPS and FedEx. We have a great team here at Fabric Mart, and one of the things that we've kind of noticed through our time of being here is having employees that are pretty flexible in what they do. We have a cutting room is where a lot of our orders get cut for shipping out. And a number of those cutters, they also do some other things. They might work in the retail store and help the woman that's in the retail store when she's busy. We have a warehouse that has a lead warehouse worker, and then we have a person that helps him when he needs help. And the other person works in a different area, and he helps describe fabrics and photograph the fabrics. But then the other team, so all of the different teams that we have, they kind of go to different areas when they need to. And I think that has been pretty important in our small business. If we only need help for like an hour or two in one place, that we can pull somebody for that hour or two and get that other part done, and then they can go back to their job. So having that flexibility with our employees has been really great.
I'm Heather Johnson. I'm a fabric cutter. I also cover the store every so often. I started 6 years ago in August. I do not sew, but I do have quite the collection of fabric, even though I don't sew. So, oh, it's awesome. Everybody's so nice. It's just like one big family.
Well, I'm Kelly, and I'm the new general manager because Carrie left. But I'm our shipper, so I do most of the shipping. I do customer service. I answer emails. I answer phone calls. I answer questions. I've been working here for 12 years now. I'm not much of a sewer. I took some home ec courses in high school, and that's basically where my sewing is. I'm not somebody who makes my own clothing, but I tend to do my own Halloween costumes. I do a little bit of everything. It's really great. It really is a family here. It's one of those jobs that every day is different.
When Robert started the business 48 years ago, we actually, he eventually had about 7 stores in the central Pennsylvania area and 2 in Maryland. But then as he kind of evolved and changed the business, it went from just sending out swatches to people, like before the internet. That's how you would be able to buy fabric without actually being close to a fabric store. And so I think that was kind of the start of, he would put ads in sewing magazines and people would write in and say that they would like to get swatches. And then, that I think is how it sort of nationally started. And then as soon as we had our website, that really kind of put us on the map.
Something cool about working here is that people come from all over the place to see the fabrics that we have. So with this map here, we recently put in place, so people are able to put a pin from where they're from. You can see how people come from as far away as Oregon and Washington. We have some people who came from Canada, Colorado, California, pretty much all over the place. And I think it's neat how some people will drive all that distance just to come here. But it's funny how sometimes people who live nearby also come in and they're like, wow, I never knew you existed. Wow, there's so much here. And that's pretty neat.
Since I've been working here, specifically we had outside at our intersection, that changed recently. That was a challenge during the time of it being done, getting tractor trailers in here. We had to get smaller tractor trailers or just get a little more creative in the way that we brought fabric in because tractor trailers couldn't make the turn into our parking lot. But other than that, here in the building, it's always been the same size building, but we've had to change our shelving and displays and maybe the functionality of certain rooms so that we could house more fabric in this building. And it's a great little corner property now that intersection is changed. Probably 90% of what we carry is fabric, but we do carry indie sewing patterns, which are small designers that create sewing patterns for the garment industry, or for the sewists. We also carry a selection of notions. We are expanding a little bit on our notions since Joann Fabrics has closed, but we're not going crazy because, we don't want to be out of business either with an abundance of things that aren't selling. And then we've also expanded some on our interfacings that we carry. We carry the Pellon brands, but also some garment industry length or width interfacing, which is like a 60-inch length width of interfacing, which is a really nice quality to make really nice garments. We also, this is sort of fabric, but we also just got in a big selection of netting and tulle because we've had a lot of requests for that since Joann Fabrics closed. Our retail store has definitely been busier. We have seen a lot more foot traffic in the store, people wandering around, we're able to help them find what they need, and definitely more foot traffic and doing pretty well in our retail store. So that's been kind of exciting. On our website, that has, I think, it's picked up a little bit more than before when Joann's was in business, and we still have some time to kind of analyze that and decide if, since Joann has closed, if we've been doing better on the website. But I think overall, we have been doing better and getting our name out there more, and people have been finding us even more since Joann closed.
So we change the display about every season. So right now we have our summer display out. I usually pick fabrics from the middle section and just kind of pin them in place so they look like outfits. And right now we have I made cutouts of seagulls. I made cutouts of what are they called? Life preservers. And I try to make it have a bit of a summery, going on a cruise type of theme.
There's definitely a lot of regulars. But, there's so many people that come in and say, oh, I just found you online, or, I've been driving by your store for years and I finally have decided to come in. So, they find us and hopefully they're becoming repeat customers, but we're seeing lots of new people, so that's fun.
One other thing that's nice about working here is seeing the cool stuff that people make. So have people come from all over the place who are making a whole bunch of different things, dresses, like shirts, like jackets, like pretty much anything you could think of, even like costumes of different kinds. Like one person who works here makes ballet outfits.
Yeah, we definitely saw a big uptick during COVID because people were at home and didn't have a lot to do, so they were sewing. Whether they were sewing masks or just sewing to keep themselves busy. And then over the past couple of years since COVID, that has kind of slumped a little bit, as people getting back and doing their normal activities. But I definitely have seen sewists that started during COVID that they've continued to sew, which is really exciting. And that definitely was a very challenging time to figure out business. Well, since Joann's closed, we definitely have been kind of treading lightly and seeing, what products customers are looking for and need, because we are not the kind of place that has like 20 different colors of satin. And, if you're coming and wanting to match a very particular satin, we might not have that, but we're trying to carry some more items that customers are asking for that might be a little bit more basic or common, such as the tulle and netting. We didn't always carry that consistently, but now we brought some in and we'll see how that goes. And if things go well, then we'll continue to carry it. And then the same with the notions, But other than that, we don't really have any other major projects. We just kind of keep on going and doing our thing. There's still the challenge of, what are the tariffs going to do to the products that we have? I think some of the things that we bring in, like the notions and patterns and things, are where we're going to probably see the biggest possibility of change in that. We're fortunate in that because we buy dead stock fabrics, we're buying it at off prices, and we are paying the same amount for some of our fabrics as we did back in the late 70s when Robert started the business. And, economies and everything have changed in those 48 years. So, I'm not saying that there will definitely be some fabric prices that go up depending on where we're buying things. But, sticking with that dead stock idea, I think hopefully will help keep us in that, keeping our prices at the same or close to the same. When you come into our retail store, you're going to see fabrics along the middle, and those are our retail store fabrics that are not on our website. But our website fabrics can also be found in in this room and throughout the whole building. Along the walls, you'll see fabrics, and you'll see letters above them that show the location. And that's kind of how we have things categorized. We don't have all of our knits or cottons together or anything like that. We're kind of warehouse style. So if you're looking for something very specific, we can definitely help you find that. We just have to give you a little bit more hands-on help, and that's not a bad thing. So that's kind of how our fabrics are at least categorized. And while we're in the retail store here, I also have a rack of zippers. This is our selection of zippers. We got this after Joann's closed so that customers could come in here and find maybe the size of zipper that they needed and match it to fabric that they have. We also have those online. And if you're shopping online, you can use our thread to match service. So when you purchase a fabric online, you can then click thread to match, and it will add a thread to match option to your cart. And then we will pick a thread color that matches the fabric that you have. We have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think that's pretty much what we are active on. And you can find us on all of those pages. We do videos and photos and all kinds of things. And we also have a blog. The blog is called Fabric Mart Fabricistas. It's at blog.fabricmartfabrics.com. But the Fabric Mart Fabricistas are customers from around the country that sew garments for us out of our fabric. And they take pictures of their finished garments, they talk about them, and then we post those on social media as well as on the blog. So that's another avenue to find us. Running a business is definitely, I want to say it was probably a dream of mine. I didn't really realize it was a dream at first. And I always wanted to have a fabric store, and I never imagined it to be quite like this, but that's okay. And it's really been a great thing for me personally, and I really love coming to work every day. And the people that we have working here, the customers that we have that come in, and then just being able to offer fabric. I think that the fabric that we do to our customers is just really great. And yeah, I mean, there's obviously challenges in running businesses, but we always work it out. And my business partner, Lisa, is a great partner in that between the two of us, we are able to figure it out or, lean on each other when we need to. So that's a big, important, I think, factor in it, and I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you guys for watching. For more information on the Fabric Mart, be sure to visit their website, which will be posted in the description below. And if you guys are interested in seeing any more of my content, be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. On there I post about other small businesses and events I might be visiting, as well as anything else happening within the area that you guys should check out. Until next time, this is Berks One-on-One signing off.